Hi, I'm Bobsto, the Elder Weeb,
And I am Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and we are the Anime Boys.
The Anime
Anime
Boys.
Boys.
We're back at it
Yeah.
again
Got it. And
with
yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Woo.
Dude,
Yeah.
all jokes
This show's
aside though, this shit popped off.
This show was good.
Oh
I'm
man.
a little sad we missed out on last week, but we had a few personal things come up last week, so we couldn't
Yeah.
quite record. And but we're here. We got two. That means, hey, if we missed out on one episode, it means next week we got 2 episodes.
Exactly.
So that's even better.
Yeah, man. I always
guess-
enjoy having the 2 episode or the 2 episode podcast because honestly I just like sitting here vibing and talking, possibly drinking a beer, which I'm not drinking a beer.
It's apple juice. He's drinking apple juice.
Yeah, spicy apple juice.
Spicy apple juice. I'm also drinking spicy apple juice. I'm not much of a piss drinker.
Yeah, me neither. Although not all of them taste bad. I will say like
Most do.
There's a few by choice I would probably drink, but not like my first choice. So
we only like the good piss.
Yeah, the good.
But anyway, before we jump into it, hey, if you like what you see here, give us a little like, comment, maybe subscribe. If you have any suggestions, hey, leave them in the comments because when we finish Jujutsu Kaisen, we're definitely going to be looking for some different things to cover.
Yes,
to fill in the void in our hearts until MAPPA makes Chainsaw Man season 2.
Another banger.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that because that's gonna be good. That's gonna be so good.
I guess we'll jump right into it with things we liked and sort of noticed about episode 13 of Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, the Shibuya Incident.
First things first. I enjoyed the whole episode being one fucking fight.
Yeah. I was really curious to see how they were going to do the Choso fight. We'll get into the details of what we thought about it a little later. But it's always, in terms of all the other fights in the Shibuya Incident, it always felt kind of like the one that had had a lot of potential to it, but wasn't quite as great as it could have been.
I don't think it was bad.
I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying
it was just paced differently.
It was paced a little quicker. It's one of the shorter fights in the series, which here it's only one episode, but either way, it feels like there's a lot more presence in this episode.
Given the other fights inside of the series so far, this is the longest fight, and I say that because everything else is usually split into 2 fights per episode.
Yeah.
And this one took the cake, and I can't wait till we get into some of the other stuff. Just from seeing what they did here, and Bob Stowe knows what I'm talking about, the specific one that we're ready for, but man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be outrageous.
So, starting with episode 13, one of the things I really liked in it was, that little transition at the beginning of the
that was the I love that little transition with the walking sign,
and Yuji running. It was really,
it messed with me because I wasn't exactly sure who the shadow was at first because it was really blocky. But I understand they were trying to match the style of the sign silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you picked up on that, but it was in the exact same style as the sign, but except it was Yuji's shadow. It was kind of cool. I liked it. I really enjoyed that too. So, but given that, we get a little surprise with
we get to see Toge.
Yeah, Toge just makes it a little pop in. Saying hello,
which it makes me happy because the he's only there for one panel in the Shibuya Incident, which makes an event that happens a little later on a bit confusing because you kind of forget that he was there for it. But I like that. I like that we get to see just like this like scene of like people getting just absolutely fucked up by these transfigured humans.
Oh yeah, like that
I
one girl was just completely dismembered, just completely in half.
I think that's something the Shibuya Incident arc kind of failed at, as it doesn't really show you like the destruction of like what the transfigured humans are doing to like the regular people. Other than like the beginning of it, the arc takes a strong focus to the fights once Gojo is healed.
And you don't really get to see the overall destruction until you get a little bit later.
But here it's nice to see humans like getting just absolutely manhandled by these transfigured humans,
which is what would happen. I mean, to be honest, it's what happened. But we just didn't get to see a lot of it in the manga. I'm just glad the animators thought of it. On top of things that I'm glad the animators thought about, there's a couple things, but the second thing I'm gonna wait on. But this one in general, whenever it showed Toge, and then it zoomed out to Yuji, and then Yuji bounced down from the street onto these fucking staircases that looked amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
And he just fucking Sonic the Hedgehog his way down, kicking off the fucking sign off to the right, man. I love how the frame was completely still, and it worked Yuji around the frame.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It looked so amazing.
That jump he does where he bounces off like the sign and the stairs.
He does some like shit that like you would see.
He does a lot of like acrobatic shit.
Yeah,
this fight and like this episode.
Yeah,
and I like that.
I do too, because it gets. I think of Yuji's fighting style as like a parkour runner. Because that's exactly what he is, man. He just runs around and
he does that mirror's edge shit.
Yeah, just does really cool shit without thinking about it most of the time. He just does it, and I love that about him. Like, absolutely love it about him.
I also love the sort of detail that's been in the environments for these 2 episodes. You can really feel that budget increase by just looking at the detail of like those stairs and that shot where Yuji's jumping. Like, it's really nice looking.
Oh yeah,
and especially the light. We'll get into it a little later, but dude, the lighting for this episode is fucking spectacular as well.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like whenever he bounces into the bottom side of the subway.
Yeah.
And he starts to go towards the escalators. And then you get the fucking directional lights.
Yeah.
Just scrolling down. And it looks amazing. It looks real almost. It really does. And one of the coolest parts was whenever he jumped fully down the escalator.
Yeah.
And then you just got this bright light.
Get into Choso as he fades in.
Yeah, dude.
And Yuji like realizes, oh shit, I'm jumping straight into the fucking Viper Pit.
Well, I don't think it just hits Yuji as hard as it would because he don't know who this guy is, you know? I think it's like, oh shit, there's somebody here. Was the one who got affected so hard about it because the immediate, like, as soon as he saw Yuji, immediately responded in anger. Like, you could just see his fucking eyes and nose where his blood buildup was just fucking coagulate, and it was just so cool. It was just neat.
So I guess now here would be the bit where we just gush about the Choso fight for.
Oh, well, that's all that's left.
Long.
I mean,
yeah, because man, this fight is really good. I really like how they animated his blood powers. It really visualizes it well. The way they explain it's really good.
And well pretty too, man.
They do a lot of playing around with like lighting with the blood. And like there's that one bit where he has his hands out getting the like a bloodshot ready, and it's like the camera's spinning around the circle.
Oh yeah, dude.
And it's like it's fucking nuts.
One of my favorite parts about this right here was the initial attack whenever Yuji touched the ground. And it was explaining his powers as he was just slowly crossing into fucking frame. And then he shot that one out. And then Yuji deflected it with his arm. and it cuts up into the ceiling outside into the fucking elements
and it
and
hits
cuts
the damn
through the
sign.
sign
The
that
sign
we got
is
the
at the beginning of
transition with at
yeah.
the beginning of the episode, which was so neat,
That
man.
was some good shit.
Oh my gosh, that was like, I love the callback to the sign from
and
the
then
beginning.
speaking of that, after that bit where like everything goes dark, I love the sort of like neon, sort of like pinkish look to the lighting. It has like this neon sign look.
Oh yeah,
As everything's sort of dark.
Well, that's because we're down in a subway with no power other than the signs
the
itself.
signs, yeah. And so,
I
but
guess
the way
they run
like
off like a backup generator or
the way the signs, like the little like contrails and shit on like the signs, so it just looks really pretty.
I like the way that the blood was like, excuse me, I like the way that the blood was detailed. Like while he was using the beams, because it was just when he flung it, you could see the curvature and like little splits of blood coming off of the trail as he was moving it. It was like watching a water stream move to the right. And you know how like whenever you move water, it kind of follows suit with what you're doing, but it gives you the little water trail edges and like little bits of like droplets of water like pinging off of it because of the way you're moving. That's what it was doing with the blood with the attacks. And it was like the another move that he used where he flattened Yuji up against the wall like a pancake. It reminded me of you might think I'm crazy, but like you remember the fake blood things you could stick on people's windows or just prank people like with the stupid ass like fake blood splatters.
Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of so hard. It's like he took this out of his pocket and just fucking slung it at him against the wall and stuck him underneath it, man.
I can see that. But everything about this fight is like really fucking good. There's that one bit where like he does like the fucking circle and it destroys the ground above and below Yuji.
Oh, he got a double frame shot of that.
Yeah. And like you got it from like the two different angles, where it's first like the front and then it's like to the side.
Oh man!
And you see just how much it to the side. It's like from the front it looks like a circle, but then you see at the right it's like really like he like carved like an oval around Yuji from the top and bottom.
And it was just fucking neat, man. Like that one was really cool. I was getting to that one.
That and also the one where he's kind of whipping Yuji around, but he's like he's taking the blood splatters and like pulling them back.
Yeah, so it's like pulling him in. Yeah. And then I love the moment whenever Yuji realized how to read his attack movements, like whenever he initiated the I can't remember what it's actually called, but like the arrow that he uses. The moment he realizes how to read it to get close to him, he completely changes his fighting style. Okay, so I love how much Chozo and Yuji have in common with their fighting styles.
Yeah.
Because they're both on the fly. Because they both have limited attack or like limited battle experience.
Yeah. Yuji has a little bit more than him, but to a certain degree. Yuji's a lot more adaptable than Chozo, but I get kind of what you're saying.
Well, no, I mean to a certain degree. I mean, you could tell in this fight with Chozo, he's very adaptable.
Yeah, but he's just like a few seconds slower than Yuji is when it comes to adapting at first. Like with a bit whenever his blood is counteracted by the water, it takes him a good few seconds like to really process. Oh shit!
No, I'm just talking about how similar they are in the sense of their battle styles because, like I said, it's always on the fly. They just do it because oh shit, he's gonna do this, and then they just adapt to it. Whether they're slower or faster is not where I'm getting at. I'm talking about how they're both adapting to their selves almost. It's really fucking cool. How the momentum shifts in the fight so many times of who's winning and who's not winning. Although Chozo whoops Yuji's ass. I ain't gonna fucking lie about it.
Yep.
Chozo was putting the fucking whoop down on his ass, dude, man.
Blood meteor shit. But that just brings me to the whole thing with the fucking shit where Choso realizes his blood's not going to work in the bathroom with all the water shoe, and then you got just them just having this big fucking bathroom brawl. And like I like how it's shot. The camera angles and like the composition of it is really really good. The music's fucking stellar.
Oh, the music is fantastic.
I like the little bit of music that's playing to sort of build up Yuji approaching. So, and then once they start actually like fighting, it just goes absolutely fucking nuts.
One of the scenes from the bathroom fight, I'd have to say my favorite is when he went down with the blood dagger.
Yeah,
Yuji got tossed to the toilet.
Yeah,
and then it just explodes in Yuji's face. So Yuji just fucking donkey kicks him in the chest, man.
Yeah, dude. He like grabs onto like the toilet paper dispenser and like does that shit. And it's
and he just like wraps around, donkey kicks him, and Chozo goes flying through like 6 stalls. And it's fucking awesome. Oh man, this fight was so intense. Like I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
The other thing I'd like to talk about is in the later part of the fight where Yuji and Choso are matching blows.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you noticed it, but whenever Yuji's fist clashes with Choso's blood fist, there's a small spark of Yuji's cursed energy.
Yeah, I saw that
too. A very small spark, showing that he's kind of like using it to kind of offset and protect his fist from the blows from the blood fist.
Yeah, so it kind of reminds me how like in Hunter x Hunter they have to use what's it called? It's been a minute. Nin to protect themselves against other Nin users.
Yeah.
So they have to like match the level of intensity of Nin to protect themselves. So that's basically what's going on here. He's matching it, but only enough to where he can't fucking notice it. I love that actually. But Chozo's not stupid, which is what ultimately led to his demise because Yuji thought he had the upper hand. I will say it was a very good effort on Yuji, but Chozo whooped that ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude. I like the shot whenever Yuji's like defeated and pretty much like on the brink of death. You get this really cool shot with Sukuna, where it's just black and red, and it looks so cool.
It does look really fucking neat.
And then it's just making me just excited for when I get to a certain part of this.
Let's not forget about the fucking POV parkour shit that just happened in this fight.
Yeah,
it just goes through the broken stalls that he kicked this man through a minute ago. And he just wraps around and then just fucking kicks him again. And it looks so cool because it looks like you're watching a GoPro on a parkour runner, man.
Dude.
It looks so cool, man. I can't say it enough. I know I've said cool like a fucking million times already, but there's not another word I can come up with to describe it. Because it just fascinated me so much, man.
Yeah. But with the fight sort of wrapping up with Yuji pretty much, like I said, on the brink of death, I really like how Choso's like breakdown is animated and like conveyed.
Oh yeah, man.
Also, I didn't notice it. I don't know if this detail is in the manga, but I like how they went through the extra link to show like the pattern in Yuji's blood.
They did not show that in the manga because I mentioned that while we were watching it. I don't know if you heard me or not, but I did mention.
I don't think I heard you, but yeah.
That shit was cool. Like
like that's what sort of triggers the breakdown because all of a sudden he gets these false memories flooding in, and man, I love the way they depict these false memories. It looks really good.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say it has like that old school sort of like film grain style to it.
I was talking to Bob about it while we were watching it. It kind of reminds me of the VHS tape episode of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
It just brought me back to it, man. That's what hit my brain immediately, and I just absolutely loved the film grain. I love film grain anyway, so like I like going like watching like old VHS tapes and looking at film
But
grain and shit because I don't know why, but it
but
just
the other thing, oh sorry, go
no,
ahead.
you're good. I was just gonna say it catches my eye. Like
But the other thing I like is like it's got nothing but visuals and sort of music to it. There's no like talking. It's very
no
sort of
sounds.
it's very
Like
subdued.
yeah,
Actually, it looks like something that would be out of like a fucking like Ghibli movie or some shit almost.
right. Yeah. It was really pretty. It was
I
a
like
really
it.
pretty
The
scene
Choso,
too.
his brothers, the other Death Portrait Curses, and Yuji all vibing at a dinner table.
Right. I'd have to
Um,
say they kept fucking with my immersion in this fight because of all the really cool fucking transitions that they
yeah,
made.
they've
So
been real on
like,
point with that.
oh dude, yeah, the transitions were so good, especially that one transition with at the end there with the VHS tape like scene, the memory scene.
Mm-hmm.
Um, whenever he was about to give Chozo a bite of spaghetti, Chozo's
Yeah,
fist just hits the fucking screen and shatters it. But
yeah,
it's like the terminal or not the terminal, but the subway wall screen back like under the tunnel. And he
yeah.
just slams his fist into it. It just brings you back into like
Mm-hmm.
reality. And then that fucking transition right there at the end with the train door closing
Yep.
and it just skips over to the outro whenever it does that as Chozo's just walking off the fucking edge, man. That
Mm-hmm.
shit was so nice. I I
Yeah,
geeked out
it's
over
just
it pretty
really,
hard when it happened. It was so
yeah,
good.
dude. It's just
Um,
really good. It's just a really good episode. I'm
oh
glad,
man,
like you said, that they dedicated the entire episode to this fight.
right. I feel like it needed it, and that damn sure deserved it because man,
Mm-hmm.
they did it. They did it up. They definitely showed the impact this fight had on Chozo and Yuji both.
Yeah, man.
Um, so far, I'm really loving what Mappa's doing
Yeah, it's been
with
really good.
everything that they do on top of this. Um, Mappa's the goat. I'm sorry, there ain't shit that's topping it right now. There just really ain't. But
Closest thing would be the Demon Slayer studio, probably,
yeah,
because
that one.
their shit like is like gets improved with every season.
I will
It's crazy.
say that fucking Demon Slayer fight, that shit was
Mhm.
pretty good. With his sister, the combo. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
still
you
can't
ain't
get
seen
over that
nothing yet.
shit. I still can't get over that shit, man.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Um,
even though
but I
like
guess we'll move on.
even though I got fucking spoiled on
Yeah,
the
dude.
second part
Oh
of
well.
fucking.
Anyways, I guess we'll hop on over to episode 14 now.
Do we
Um, I
gotta? I could talk about this episode a little more.
I know, man, but for the sake of time, we gotta keep on trucking.
Let's keep on keeping on, I
um,
guess.
so I like that they just dedicated the first few minutes of the fight to the smallpox
Oh
fight.
yeah, man.
And that actually, even though the smallpox fight is one of the shorter fights of the arc, it still is like a really cool idea
Oh, it
for
was.
a fight. And the way it was animated, I love the way the domain looks and how they
It looks like this
made
really
the
old,
of
like
it.
forgotten cemetery
Yeah,
almost in the forest.
it's a place where you'd probably hear the fucking headless fight theme from fucking Sekiro, where it's just kind of
Oh,
eerie.
dude, yeah, I
Like
forgot.
it's like a just a
Dude,
place. It's just like a place of like it just feels like it's like a place of like death and
I'm
like
glad your brain went there because
dude.
that
Because
I
it has
can't
like this like
unhear that now. Like I
yeah,
can't. I putting those two together. That's
it just
not a
has like
bad
this really
idea.
sort of eerie vibe to it.
Right.
Especially with the fact of how the technique works for the spirit, where it's like it detects your curse energy, traps you in a coffin for 3 seconds, and then it affects you with the disease, and it's great. I
Right.
love it.
It's a cool concept. I will say it's a good
Yeah,
concept, and I
that and
love that
also
whenever May was describing how it worked, like the visuals behind
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit was
that's
cool.
was
Like
with the
her getting
fucking
choked
zombie
out by
man.
a fucking yeah, dude. That
Yeah,
was really fucking neat. And then the not foreshadowing, but like basically like skipping to the future of like whenever he said he would sacrifice himself for her and how she said he would die. It was showing like little snippets or like snapshots of like him on the ground dead.
Uh,
I like that a lot. Like that was really, really good.
mhm.
Um,
I like the concept of how Mei Mei and her brothers' conditions work for how their techniques kind of play off of each other
yeah, yeah.
and whatnot. It's really
Um,
really cool.
yeah, because he can amplify like
Yeah,
the way that he amplified his cursed energy so that she could
yeah.
hide hers.
Hmm.
Man, okay. And speaking of that scene, that freaked me out. I ain't even gonna lie about it.
Yeah,
To a certain degree, like that was scary because
hmm,
the way she looked, because she went from like looking very charming to haha I got you to like
like
you gotta
just
fucking
the
die.
white. You just see nothing but the whites of her eyes, and it's
Like
like
she just pops up on you like I'm
monstrous.
gonna steal your fucking soul.
Yeah,
And just bolts the fuck in, slices his fucking arms off, and just.
and just fucking crows them.
And if you're not paying attention, you miss it because it's such a split second of
Yeah,
like terror eyes is what I'm gonna fucking
it
call it,
is.
dude. It was cool. It looked fucking
Yeah,
neat.
man.
Just to show you the other dark side of Mei Mei. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed
Um,
that.
but also, it's like how she finishes him off with a bird, and then they complete
Oh,
go to just make you lose your fucking shit for like 3 minutes.
so okay, so we were sitting there watching. Okay, for anybody, well, you guys definitely wouldn't know, but me and Bobsa, we were playing Diablo 4, and
Yeah.
he has this move to where he could have, or no, I had a move that could do crows,
Yeah,
and they were like flurrying around him, and it was really funny
yeah.
because Bobsa was just running around, just real
Also,
slow.
I have a plague doctor like crow mask on as well.
Yeah.
Geek.
And he was just running around being all slow, and I had stepped away for a minute. And when I came back, all I heard was caw, caw. He
And then I
was just
just get
running
like
around acting
progressively
like a
louder.
stupid ass fucking
Yeah,
melancholy goddamn crow. And and then
yeah.
as soon as the crow in the episode made impact with the fucking curse,
I just hit it with a
he,
car.
he hit me with the stupidest "Caw." That shit was so stupid, man.
But you lost your shit, so hey,
I
you're the one that lost.
100% lost my shit because it caught me
So
completely
I
off
win.
guard.
So I win. You lose.
It was
So,
funny. It was funny. I'll give
yeah.
you that. This shit got me.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you guys
But
should have been there. It was great.
they fuck them up, and we can now move on to the meat of this
Oh,
episode,
the meaty
which is
bits.
man.
So much
The fight
happens in such a
with
short amount of time,
it
man.
does. It does. Like I said,
So much happens.
it doesn't feel like it's just 20 minutes.
It doesn't, man. But we get into what was his face?
You're talking about the curse spirit they fight?
Yeah, what was his name?
Yeah, Dagon.
Dagon. Okay.
Yeah, I mainly remember it because it's based off a Lovecraft god,
Yeah.
where it's it's like a sea god,
Right.
um, which then that's also based off like an old like Canaanite god from the Bible.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Like you think like the like pagan gods like Moloch and whatnot. Like Dagon's one of those.
Well, I don't
He's
know a
like
whole lot about
the god
like religious gods and stuff, but
Well, Canaanite gods are like the ancient, like Mesopotamian shit,
okay.
basically. But you might hear names like Moloch or like children sacrificed through bulls and whatnot. It's just sort of similar shit like that. Um, but yeah, so the whole shit. This is one of the fights I've been looking for because I've been fucking obsessed with Old Man Zenon's curse technique ever since I saw it in the manga.
I will agree
It's
with
like
you on that one.
like I'm a fucking animation nut.
Oh
I love
god, yeah.
animation. So like just to have his entire technique be based around animation and capturing and stopping frames is a really cool fucking concept. And I love how
it. And honestly, it was a little confusing to me at first, like reading it, until they kind of like had a visual with how it worked in the anime.
Yeah. Like I said, I think the explanation is a lot easier to comprehend if you have like if you know a bit about how like animation works with like it going.
Well, yeah, but
each,
not
like,
everybody's just gonna like be an animation. So
yeah,
I mean, it's interesting, but but it is a cool fucking concept. I will agree with you.
Got that. I like how when they were visualizing it, they use like sheets of they look like production sheets.
Yeah, like it showed you how like frame by frame how the drawing or the person you're animating.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that it's like the background has like this paper like texture to it,
and it's not like taking up the whole screen either. Like it's like going next to him, like in his own picture frames next to him, which was also really cool.
Yeah, but I like how. Oh, sorry, you go on.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I know. I like how Red got slightly bamboozled because like Dagon at first, like he's like weak and kind of in his larval form, and you're like, oh man, why does he sound cute? I thought he was gonna sound like big and bad. And as soon as he fucking like barfs up the corpses and then transforms, you're like, oh okay.
He just hits us with that weird like cute alien voice, and he goes from all cute and cuddly to I will kill you. And it's like
he killed his friend. That's the other thing I like. It's like he's like pissed off because to their eyes, he literally just like, killed his friend, and they're he's being treated as something basically like less than human because these like more sentient curses view themselves as human to a certain regard. I believe Jogo's way of putting it was that they're the true forms of humans. But but the shit with that's really great, especially the bit where fucking Zenon's going off and complaining about modern setups for animation and whatnot, and like camera techniques. And
well, no, he's talking about the whole gist of how TVs will auto set. To that fucking 4K setting,
like 4K interpolation setting.
Interpolation. That's what he was bitching about the whole time. Like, and
fucking Dagon is like he's like talking about. He's like, you know, my friends, like you killed them. We have names. And it's just like he's just not paying attention
at all. He does not care.
It is fucking great.
Dagon just finished it off with like, we all have names, and this.
Yeah, man.
Zenon's just sitting there like, just still talking shit about his fucking 4K shit, man.
It's fucking nuts still. It's like the bit where like he takes like the frame, tosses it to Nanami, and then Nanami smacks it and just teleports over the
dude.
Dagon with it. It's fucking nuts.
We kept making jokes about his like little fish sack.
Oh yeah, the way the scale stuff sort of looked at the crotch level from the back, it looked like he had a fucking back sack.
And then like they did this scene to where he was just flying forward, and like it just had this giant bulge on the front. I was sitting here just like, this man's carrying a whole marsupial in his fucking ball sack.
Yeah, dude. Good old kangaroo mind flayer fish guy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, happy.
You call him a roof fighter.
A roof fighter. I did. But the shit really picks up whenever you get to the domain. And, you know, the thought came to me because I never really fully thought about it until just now. Where, you know, I was talking about with you a bit that, you know, whenever Gato and his crew are chilling on the beach, I'm fairly certain they're just literally chilling in Dagon's domain.
They have to be. It makes sense though, because it all looks the same.
And also, especially because, like I said, Dagon never appears in those scenes. He's the only one that's never really there. But no, I just thought that was sort of a neat sort of parallel that I probably sure drew back when I read the manga, but just didn't really just hit me I guess until I saw the color of it.
Because like in the first season, we kept seeing them sitting in the beach setting.
Yeah.
And then like you don't see all that color and stuff in the manga, so like different things. That's crazy how colors have effect on your brain. Like
yeah,
how your brain can like put things together based off color, which is why I feel really bad for colorblind people sometimes. Like like not bad as in the sense of like.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, and I get you. Yeah,
but like
I get you. Yeah, they're less than human. They're not human.
Bro,
they can't see red.
Man.
They can't see red or blue.
That's so insensitive. Why would you say that?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's okay though. I'm autistic, so I'm less than human too. It's okay. I understand what it's like to be subhuman. You know, just
Dude,
saying.
Come on.
I kid.
You can get away with the A word.
Man. Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, people with astigmatism are less than human. There we go. I do have astigmatism. So there you go. There's a visual impairment for you.
Shut. I do have astigmatism, so leave me alone.
Hell yeah! Welcome to the club, boy.
Dude, it's really bad too. But
you're on my level now.
We need to get off this fucking subject. Move on to what we were talking about.
Hell yeah.
So first and foremost, like my favorite thing about this fight is the instant hit, or the guaranteed hit.
Yeah, dude.
Being just a bunch of fucking like One Piece fish.
Yeah, dude. He summons fucking sea kinks.
Dude, he really does. He just like blasts them out, and like the piranhas that come in, just ghost piranhas come in and chew on you. That shit was pretty cool. Except for Zenin, my boy.
Yeah, dude, he is
that
fucking
dude couldn't give a fuck, man.
Absolutely, Ham is just blocking that shit. Get that shit away from me.
Like he was just standing there too. Like he wasn't doing anything. He was just going around him. Things were just exploding or cutting in half. Until he stopped paying attention and he caught like a whole boy caught him lacking, man. He got a whole face full of fish tentacles. I swear to God he did. That boy just got boom, and he like launched through to the other side of the beach.
Then you got that Nanami going just absolutely fucking ham.
Oh, Nanami's fucking
yeah.
Oh my God, I love Nanami so much.
I love this shit with like Maki like stepping up. She's like, "Oh, don't you think I'm weak now?"
Oh yeah, and then fucking damn.
No, that actually, even though like it, the domain gets halted by Megami. My question is, would the guaranteed hit even hit Maki, considering she doesn't have any cursed energy?
Well, yeah, because it doesn't work off cursed energy. Because it doesn't focus on cursed energy.
I thought domains target cursed energy.
No. They can target whoever they want. If they can see them, they can attack them. So that's basically why, like Gojo couldn't activate his domain for too long because it could affect humans.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So if you're trapped within the domain, it's just a guaranteed hit for whoever they want to hit. This doesn't work off cursed energy.
Yeah.
They have to summon the cursed energy to do it, but that's not how it works for like targeting. Or at least that's how I took it.
But like that one bit where fucking Nanami just slices the damn fish in half.
Dude. Yeah.
Or the bit where like one of the fucking longer ones come and he just holds his plate up.
Yeah, and it just splits him in half. And man, and I love how like Zenin comes back and he's just missing an arm. And I love his response. He's just like, yeah, you thought one arm was going to stop me? That arm has 71 years of experience, and that's a lot of payback.
I also like how Dagon, whenever he sees everyone retreating towards Megami, like, oh, why are they grouping up? And then just the realization just hits him.
Yeah, man. He's just like, no. And like, I love the way it was like indicated too, because it just like, the sudden realization with the spark next to his head, that was
Yeah.
like really really neat.
But and the biggest blue ball also happens right there as well, because you got fucking Toji. They're thinking, oh man, Megumi's gonna bust a hole so they can all escape.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, nope, you thought, because fucking Toji is entering the picture, and man,
Toji enters the fight, man.
And I can't wait for it, because that means
that's gonna be so freaking good, man.
Sick stuff that's gonna happen in the next episode.
You damn right it is. But I just can't wait till we get to, I guess, what's gonna be the finale.
If I was antisocial enough, I'd say we call off D&D Thursday and we would just record Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
I just don't think I'd do that though. I don't think I would.
Man. Or at least just delay it enough to where we can record it.
Right.
It's like say, hey, start at 7, not 6.
But yeah, start at 7, not 6.
But
which is what we usually start at anyway, I guess. But
sometimes it depends on when everybody else gets in.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Some 2 really good episodes, and we got more good shit to come.
Oh, there is so much that you guys just have not seen yet. I just can't wait.
It's really great. It's really good. But anyways, is there anything else you wanted to add or say?
Nah, man, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, I'm Bob Stowe, the Odo Weeb.
And I am Red, the bald-headed wonder.
Not.
And you just got done watching the Anime Boys.
The Anime
Boys. See ya.
See ya.
No.